Welcome to our deep dive. For those of you who follow stories of horror, of cases that just get under your skin, we have some accounts for you tonight. We're going to be sharing stories of trust betrayed, where, a temporary shelter, a place you're supposed to feel safe, it turns into a total nightmare.
And it's that vulnerability that's key. You're renting a private space, you're often isolated, and that isolation, as we'll see, plays a huge role in what happens next.
Absolutely. Tonight we have three chillingly true narratives. All of them are linked by this unsettling world of short-term rentals.
All very different, but all terrifying.
So our first story, it takes us to South Carolina, to a modest 3-bedroom beach house.
Right.
And the owner, he's just driven 16 hours to get back home. He's exhausted, and he's thinking, I'll just skip the cleaning service this time.
And that's the first mistake, letting his guard down, because he trusted the renter, a guy named Ramon.
Exactly. Ramon had said he was renting with his fiancée, and for the owner, that built trust. He preferred couples over, say, a group of young guys.
It creates a false sense of security right from the start, a classic tactic.
So the owner, he gets in, goes straight to his master bedroom, which he keeps locked with a regular lock and a deadbolt, and he just collapses on the bed.
Understandable after a 16-hour drive.
He wakes up about an hour later, it's 11:30 at night, and he just has this feeling that something is profoundly wrong.
That instinct.
Yeah. So he checks the front porch camera history, and that's when he sees it.
A red flag.
A huge one. The footage shows only Ramon entering the house 3 days earlier, and that's it. No movement since. The fiancé never existed.
So he was just waiting in there the whole time.
It seems so. The owner starts getting paranoid checking the empty guest rooms, and then he hears the sound that confirms everything.
What was it?
A quiet click. The sound of his own master bedroom door clicking shut.
Oh.
He calls out Ramon's name. Nothing. So gets down on the floor, looks through the crack beneath the door, and he just falls backward.
What did he see?
He saw 2 feet, just standing there, a couple of feet inside the room.
Wow. So in that moment of just, sheer panic, he does what anyone would do. He goes for a weapon.
He runs to the kitchen, to the knife holder, to grab the biggest carving knife he has.
And it was gone.
It was already gone.
The squatter was armed. He had anticipated the owner's return.
So the owner just flees. He runs out of the house, calls 911. When the police finally go in, Ramon is just waiting in the living room, acting completely innocent.
Just sitting there.
Yeah. He says in this Portuguese accent that he just needed one more night and the knife. It was right back in the holder, perfectly clean.
Unbelievable.
And here's the kicker. The police, they let him go. They told the owner to contact the rental app.
That's the real failure here.
Yeah.
It's a legal gray area. The police see it as a civil dispute, not criminal trespassing because he was a former guest. They're basically powerless.
So the only justice was Ramon getting banned from the app? That's it.
A digital slap on the wrist. It's terrifying. It really is. Let's transition from that kind of legal failure to a failure of physical security. Our next story takes us to Troutdale, Virginia, the mountains, a very different setting, total isolation.
We have a 26-year-old, stressed from work, looking for a peaceful escape, a detox weekend in a cozy, lofted cabin.
And the trouble starts almost immediately. Not in the cabin, but outside.
Right. After a walk, the traveler is driving back and notices 2 men on the gravel road. They just stop in their tracks. They turn and just stare at the car.
No wave back or anything, just an intense hostile stare, like the traveler's presence was a crime.
Exactly. The paranoia starts to build. Later, they see 2 men running into the woods down the hill when they come outside.
And when the traveler messages the host about this,
the host just brushes it off, says there are a lot of teams in the area. But the traveler gets so paranoid that they start taking their laptop and backpack with them in the car, even for a quick 20-minute drive to Walmart.
A smart move, it turns out. They knew they were a target because of that isolation.
So one night, they get back. It's pitch black outside, no streetlights, nothing. They get inside, lock the door, and then suddenly, all lights cut out.
Leaving just the light from the fireplace.
Exactly. And the host's advice, go check the circuit box.
Which was outside.
Outside by the telephone pole.
And that's the trap. That's the infrastructural exploit. The power wasn't random. This is a tactic. Lure the victim outside into the dark where they're completely vulnerable.
The traveler refused to go. A life-saving decision, probably. But then they heard a sound.
Inside the cabin.
A creak in the floorboard. From the darkest corner of the room, They look over and see a tall, looming figure in the doorway of the bathroom, lit only by the fire.
Oh, my God.
And a soft, deep voice just says, "Remain calm and give him everything I had."
So he was already inside, waiting. The robber got away with a laptop, backpack, money. The police could only say they, look out for men matching the description.
The traveler suspected the host was involved because how else did they get in? The timing of it all.
It's possible. But the power cut suggests something more organized. Targeting properties where they know the infrastructure, the circuit box, is exposed and easily accessible.
From a calculated robbery, we move to our final account. To the fear of being, actively hunted. This happened in Carroll, New Hampshire, near the White Mountains.
A group of recent high school graduates celebrating. They rent a house out in the woods.
And right away, the setting feels off. Next to the house is this shambling-looking shed. It just unnerved them.
So much so that one of the friends, Alexis, refused to sleep in one of the bedrooms.
Because it had 2 outside doors and a direct view of that shed, she had a bad feeling from the start.
That intuition is so important.
The first real encounter happens at 2 a.m. They're on this huge deck, stargazing. It's completely silent, middle of nowhere silent. And then they hear a sound.
Crunching.
Yeah, crunching leaves, like something's approaching the deck. And it quickly sounds heavy. Deliberate footsteps.
Coming from near the shed.
Coming right from the shed. They all panic, run inside, and lock the doors. They try to convince themselves it was just, a bear or something.
Yeah. But the next night, it happens again. They're trying to have a fire outside. That same crunching sound returns, but this time it's faster.
It sounds like it's running, heading directly for them from the tree line.
Just as they're about to bolt, something else happens.
A sudden flash of green light. It just illuminates the entire backyard for a split second. Whatever was running just halts.
And then the sound.
A deafening, blood-curdling cry or yelp. One of them, Stephanie, just screamed and ran inside.
So when the police show up, what do they say? They suggested the flash was lightning hitting a transformer. And the sound. A Fisher cat or something.
A pure cat. But Stephanie, she was adamant. She insisted she saw something in that flash of green light.
She saw a man hunched over with a cloak or blanket hung over him. A figure that just froze the moment the light hit.
The group just left. They packed up and drove out of the mountains that night. Their entire trip ruined by the feeling of being stalked by something or someone.
And again, you see the authorities defaulting to a natural explanation. In these remote areas, it's the easiest answer when you don't have the resources to investigate something hiding in the woods.
So you have these 3 stories. A squatter exploiting a legal loophole, a robber using the infrastructure as a weapon, and this unexplained figure in the woods.
3 completely different events, but they all show how quickly that sanctuary you paid for can turn into a battleground for survival.
The security of a locked door becomes an illusion.
And that really leads to the final thought we want to leave you with. In every single one of these cases, the authorities failed to provide any real closure or protection. So the question is, what responsibility should these rental platforms have?
Right. They take their cut of the money.
Exactly. So what's their role when a guest is physically endangered by someone connected to the property or by a known regional threat? Should they be funding security audits for these remote places where police response is slow or non-existent? It's a question of accountability that just hasn't been answered yet.
A truly chilling thought to end on. Thank you for tuning into this deep dive. We are dedicated to sharing these true accounts, to pulling out the knowledge you need to be informed. If these stories of true horror and suspense hold your attention, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe to our channel, Horror Docs, for more gruesome tales. Goodbye.